Far, far away, in the great darkness of space, there exists a giant. A planet that has captivated the imaginations of humanity for millennia. Saturn, the jewel of the solar system. Its pale golden glow shimmers against the backdrop of the void, its icy rings stretching out like a cosmic halo, wrapping around the gas giant in a perpetual dance of beauty and mystery. We've seen it in telescopes, captured it with spacecraft, and studied it from afar. But today, we're not just observers. We're participants in an incredible journey. We're about to dive into the very heart of this colossal planet. We're going to experience Saturn in a way no human ever has before. And as we descend, layer by layer, you will feel not only the overwhelming power of this immense planet, but the humbling realization of how small we are in the grand scheme of the cosmos. Saturn, with its storms, its rings, its unrelenting gravity, this is a world beyond Earth's wildest imagination. And now, we leap headfirst into its depths. We begin our journey in the outermost reaches of Saturn's domain, the very edge of its atmosphere, where the gas and dust that make up its iconic rings are stretched out like a cosmic highway. These rings, composed mostly of ice, dust, and small rock fragments, appear delicate from a distance, but they are far from it. Each fragment in this endless ring system is in constant motion, pulled by Saturn's immense gravitational force, a force that keeps these particles in a delicate balance. We zoom in closer now, piercing through the outer layers of Saturn's ring system, passing between chunks of ice and rock as large as mountains. Each one is a fragment of an ancient moon, shattered over millennia, scattered, and now held in place by Saturn's mighty pull. As you travel deeper, the scale of this cosmic wonder becomes evident. The rings stretch out hundreds of thousands of kilometers from the planet's surface. They could encircle Earth several times over. But soon, we must leave the rings behind. We are no longer travelers in a ring system, but explorers diving headlong into the vast, turbulent atmosphere of Saturn itself. And now, the atmosphere reveals its true nature. Saturn's outermost atmosphere is composed mostly of hydrogen and helium, two of the lightest elements in the universe. But as we sink deeper into its layers, we'll find that these gases are far from gentle. The further we fall, the more we encounter layers of turbulence, shifting chemical compositions, and an environment that is alien to anything we've ever experienced on Earth. At this altitude, you begin to feel a slight pressure, nothing intense yet, but a subtle force tugging at you, reminding you that you are no longer in the comforting embrace of Earth's atmosphere. Instead, you are falling into a world of supercooled gases that would freeze you instantly if you were exposed to them. It's a reminder of the danger lurking beneath the apparent calm. Now, the first hints of Saturn's ferocity start to reveal themselves. We are entering the thermosphere, a region where the gases start to thicken, but the temperature also plummets. The winds here are already ferocious. Imagine gales reaching speeds of 1,800 kilometers per hour. These winds are relentless, invisible yet undeniable, moving with an intensity that no human-made object could withstand without breaking apart. The temperature dips sharply, far below freezing, minus 200 degrees Celsius. It's colder than the coldest place on Earth, colder than anything we can imagine. But it's not just the cold that will tear you apart. The air, now rich with ammonia and other toxic gases, is invisible to the human eye, but it would be fatal to breathe. The ammonia in Saturn's atmosphere is potent enough to burn your lungs in an instant. You begin to realize that Saturn is not a place to be taken lightly. Each moment you fall deeper, you are pushing further into a zone where the laws of nature shift in ways you can't fully comprehend. Here, on the very edge of the gas giant, the air is thick with the weight of a planet that is too massive to ignore. We pass through an ever-thickening cloud of ammonia and methane, gases that make up the heart of Saturn's lower atmosphere. These gases create a dense, toxic fog that envelopes everything in its path, distorting vision and blocking the sun's faint rays. It's a deadly cocktail of chemicals, each one more dangerous than the last. In fact, methane, the same gas that fills the gas giants, is flammable, and it adds to the volatility of the atmosphere. As you descend further, the temperature dips to minus 220 degrees Celsius, and the pressure around you increases dramatically. At this depth, the atmosphere is no longer simply thin. It's becoming a liquid-like mass of swirling gases and chemicals. You're no longer just falling. You're sinking deeper into Saturn's relentless embrace, each moment marked by the increasing sense that Saturn is not just a planet, but an enormous, active system, a storm of gases, pressure, and magnetic energy so intense that to even think of standing on its surface is to dream the impossible. Now, you enter the stratosphere, where the atmosphere is beginning to feel like a thick, oppressive fog. The air is so dense that it presses against you like a physical weight. You feel Saturn's gravity more now, tugging at your body, pulling you deeper and faster. The wind speeds increase rapidly, and the clouds grow thicker. You are nearing the storm systems of Saturn. Imagine a hurricane so vast that it would consume the entire Earth. This is the scale of Saturn's storms, storms that have raged for centuries, maybe millennia. Winds so powerful that they could tear apart spacecraft, leaving no trace of their passage. But the most terrifying aspect is the unrelenting nature of these storms. There's no escape, no respite, just the overwhelming force of the atmosphere's churning, chaotic energy. The pressure here is now 3 times that of Earth's surface. The gases in the air, the swirling clouds of ammonium hydrosulfide and ammonia crystals, are a deadly cocktail. The temperature has dropped to minus 180 degrees Celsius, but the winds are so intense that they would slice through any form of protection you could imagine. And now, the storm systems on Saturn reach their peak. You see lightning crackling across the sky, but this is not the lightning we're familiar with on Earth. This is thousands of times more powerful, an electrical discharge so strong that it would vaporize anything in its path. The storms here are driven by the planet's immense magnetic field, which is so powerful that it distorts the very fabric of space-time itself. You've now entered the supercritical fluid zone, where the gas behaves more like a liquid. Here, hydrogen and helium begin to take on properties that we can't experience on Earth. These elements, normally so light and ethereal, become dense, viscous, and capable of conducting electricity like liquid metal. You are no longer just falling through gas. You're sinking through a bizarre, semi-liquid soup of chemicals, each more dangerous than the last. As you fall deeper still, you enter the heart of Saturn. You are now within the metallic hydrogen layer, where hydrogen exists in a state so strange that it almost defies explanation. Hydrogen, a gas at Earth's conditions, has now been compressed into a dense, metallic form. It's glowing with an electric blue light, an eerie glow that illuminates the surrounding atmosphere in a way that feels both alien and ominous. The pressure is immense here, millions of times greater than what we experience on Earth. The temperature soars to 11,000 degrees Celsius, hotter than the surface of the sun. And yet, there's no solid surface beneath you, no ground to stand on. There is only the swirling, glowing mass of metallic hydrogen, a substance that is both a gas and a metal, existing in a state that we cannot replicate on Earth. Finally, you approach Saturn's core, an inescapable, molten mass of metallic rock, hydrogen, and gas. The heart of Saturn is a swirling, molten ocean where matter behaves in ways we can barely begin to understand. The core is composed of rocky metallic compounds, heated to temperatures so high that they would melt and vaporize any known material. There is no surface to land on, no ground to feel beneath your feet. Instead, you are immersed in the very core of Saturn, a place of unimaginable heat, pressure, and chaos. This is where the very building blocks of Saturn were forged in the early days of the solar system, and where the planet's vast magnetic field is generated. In the end, to fall into Saturn is to confront the raw, untamed power of the universe. It is to witness the chaotic beauty of a gas giant. Its storms, its magnetic fields, its vast oceans of gas and liquid. It is a reminder of how small we are in the face of such cosmic forces. Saturn, with all its splendor and danger, is a mystery that will never fully be revealed. It is a world that refuses to be tamed, a place where the limits of human endurance are tested against the vast, unforgiving forces of nature. But it is also a world that inspires awe, wonder, and reverence. A world that beckons us to explore, to understand, and to marvel at the incredible beauty and power of our universe. And so, as you fall through Saturn's atmosphere, deeper into its vast, alien world, you realize that this journey was never about conquering the planet. It was about experiencing the sublime, the cosmic, and the extraordinary, something beyond our understanding, but not beyond our reach.